Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and take a look at the LEGO Star Wars 2025 Advent Calendar. This is set number 75418, contains 263 pieces, retails for $44.99. The set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And looks like we get to make various items and figures from Star Wars, but it's hard to tell exactly what we're building here. I do see some brick-built stuff. I guess we just have to find it on the box. And yeah, we get 24 gifts. Oh boy, I can't wait to dive into this one. And just as a warning, I'm not really into the Star Wars theme, so I don't know what half this stuff is. You know, and yes, I do like the movies, but not really much into anything other than that. So this is essentially what we got on the back here, and this doesn't look too bad. Well, while we're here, let's unbox this and see. Well, let's see what the mat is anyways. And of course, the tape here, LEGO needs to come up with something a little better than this, so I don't have to cut through it. So there's the backdrop. That didn't look too bad, but sadly we're going to have to punch these out. Now I'm going to be very careful not to touch anything that's going to crumble apart here. But here's the bottom of the mat. Not too terribly bad. That's kind of colorful for what this is. And yeah, such a shame we're going to have to rip this apart and don't you fall down. So yeah. So just like with all the other Advent calendars, we are going to do each day. They will be indexed as day 1, day 2, day 3, so forth and etc. And that's how I'm going to do this one. Now, I mean, I'm not into Star Wars, so if I mispronounce something or I say something wrong, be gentle. No swearing or cussing, so I'll just, you know, don't want to get into that. But yeah, first impressions though, I mean, it's Star Wars. Okay, so yeah. And just as always, they always have day 1 over here, and day 24 is usually down here with the box of loot. Well, yeah. Let's begin with day 1. Let's build it. We're gonna, well, hey, at least I unboxed it right, but I'm punching these other ones in here too. And yeah, 1 piece so far. So day 1, you only get 1 piece. Now, we'll take a closer look at it. You know, this one has a lot of parts, but is that like an Ewok or something? Let me get in here and see if I can get it closer where you can see it. Not sure what he is. I think he might be an Ewok, but man, that's kind of a small little figure. I hope LEGO brings out a Pokemon one of these. That'd be kind of interesting. Okay, now we're going to move on to day 2. Well, we don't see 2. Well, there it is right there. And well, this one's got a big old brick in there, I think. Yeah, that's the biggest brick I've ever seen in one of these. Is a 1x6. So if you get day 1, you're going to be shortchanged. But it looks like day 2, we got a lot of stuff here. And let's see here. Now you're going to have to really kind of interpret how this is supposed to be built. So we got this thing. So it tells me something else is probably going to adjoin to that. Well, Jay, how do you know where all the parts go? I mean, you could get the building guides from LEGO. You can download this if you choose. But oh, a dark brown 2x2 plate. That's kind of cool. Oh, we get a printed tile. Oh, that'll come in handy. I'll show you all this stuff here when we get to the top part here. But you know, Star Wars is not really my thing. I don't really do it all that much with Star Wars. I have done reviews on certain sets, and some people really were kind of rude about it, so I stopped doing Star Wars altogether. And kind of a shame. I'm not an expert on everything, so I don't know. Maybe this could be a little kitchenette. Yeah. Not too bad, and that's what it looks like on the back. That's pretty interesting for day 2, and this is what we have remaining here. Okay, now we got to look for day 3, and it's right there in the top right. Let's punch that out for you. See what we got in here. Oh, we got C-3PO. At least I know who he is. I mean, I'm not that Star Wars illiterate there. At least now I know. Remember when everybody was hunting for Mr. Gold? Well, this is about as close as we're going to get. Yes, C-3PO. So if you're looking for him, here he is. The Star Wars figures, I have to admit, they're really cool. Not too bad for day 3. And no parts remaining, too. Okay, now we're looking for day 4. There it is right there. I passed it up. Okay. So we're building some kind of a droid thing. I don't know what that is. It's got a lot of little pieces. Yeah. And honestly though, like I said, if I'm not into Star Wars, it's not feeling like Christmas yet. It just feels like I'm just building, it feels more like a Star Wars pack. And I don't know how exact I'm going to be building this stuff. So if you are watching this for a how-to video, I'm probably not the guy for this type of thing here. It's like we got to make 2 of these. Yeah, I just got done with that element set, that mineral set, the one with the rocks. And yeah, that one was not fun to put together at all. And I'm doing Star Wars. It's kind of like, okay, I ran across a dry spell right now. But I promise, though, I'm going to get to some more fun stuff here eventually. It's just right now I was working on a few tutorials, and then I thought, oh, I got to get reviews going again because I'm running out of stuff for reviews. And I'm back to Review Land. Review Land is anything but fun right now. And yeah, I just want to... I have a tutorial that I'm working. I've been working on it for about a year now, and I've got it to about 80% what I want it to be. It's still it's still a work in progress. But the tutorial is really cool. A few other people made tutorials on this a specific item, but mine is a lot better. I just got to make it original, more like my theme, you know. Okay, well, I think we're surviving this thing so far. I think it goes like that. It has to. The dish has to go in there. Alright. So. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's a whatchamathingabilly or something. I don't know what it is. But that's just some kind of a little droid. Not too bad. And yeah, that had a lot of small parts, and if you got stuff like this, usually that's what Lego will give you as extra pieces. Yeah, it's not too bad for day 4. Okay, now we're going to move on to day 5, which is right here. I'm going to be honest with you. Today I was not in the mood. I'm still not in the mood to build Lego sets. I kind of want to get into my own ideas. Is that some kind of a vacuum? So I'm not really quite in the mood to do this one today. I think because I'm getting pooped out on sets, but I got to get them done. And once I'm done, then I can get back into the fun stuff. Some of you have been asking about houses. When am I going to get back into them? Well, maybe with the tariffs, maybe I can get back into them a bit. At least it gives you some air rolls here where everything's supposed to go. Maybe this is some kind of a chair. Or the potty. A toilet. We don't know. And yeah, maybe it's a chair or something. So far I'm not seeing anything Christmassy in this. It's just basically little parts from Star Wars with only just a slope remaining. But let me make sure here. Oh, I forgot to put this in the back because I'm going to say that's a bigger piece. Yeah, so this one goes in the back here. Now I got it complete. And that's it with no pieces remaining. Okay, now we're looking for, I'm forgetting what day it is. Day 6. It's somewhere right there. Oh, this one's cram-packed with parts. What is that? Some kind of, it's got a broom on it, obviously. And yeah, I mean, this one just doesn't feel Christmassy. We're already on day 6. I'm mostly just building Star Wars themed builds. Oh my goodness, this one's got a ton of parts. This would have been just as good as a little poly bag. Alright, let me pull this up here. I can't even see what I'm looking at here. It's got roller skates on it, obviously, so it's a roller skating thing. Alright, so see if we can walk through this one here. I know some are going to be like, Jay, just take your time so I can copy. Well, you won't be able to copy this. Oh, they're not roller skates. They're these things. Did I put it in there right? I thought they were skates. See, I'm already tripping over this stuff. So, I mean, honestly, if you're not into Star Wars, I'm going to just, you know, say that this is just, you know, more of an accessory pack than anything else. Okay, I'm assuming, I better not assume then. These go here. And today is the 12th of September 2025. And it's also Friday. I'm off, so I got plenty of time to do set reviews. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I mean, I got to do set reviews. That's why I call it Review Land. Well, this is already coming apart. This one's got a lot of parts, so I have a feeling this is going to be about an hour and a half video. The last one I did was like an hour or 3, so I have a feeling that, and here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is only going to get, these are going to get longer. I have another one that has more pieces than this, so it's it should be a very interesting theme. I can just talk about it. It's Harry Potter. So that one should be very interesting to do. Let me make sure I'm getting these in right here. No, I'm looking for a white plate. So just all in fairness though, let me make sure. It doesn't have a... Alright, I see where that goes. Okay. I think. Here's the deal though, if we make mistakes, who cares? These legs are just falling off. I really want to get this one done. It's just kind of not fun today. I thought, oh, at least I'm getting... Okay, let's leave these off. They just keep falling off here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to ding off for build quality and a lack of a brick separator. So probably 8.5. Just because of that. It shows that the broom... Let's not put the accessories on just yet. Yes, just some kind of... like a robot that does maintenance work. Well, that's really fun. Oh, fine, stay off. I'm already getting frustrated with that. And yeah, and oh, I got to read the disclaimers because there's going to be somebody out there cussing up a storm now. These are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just simply my notes. This is just a hobby, just for fun, so please, that's what this is. Because when I'm done with these sets, they're long forgotten. I don't know what I'm doing after that. I just kind of put them in the parts bin and I move on. So we got a broom here. I could just hear some of you in the comments, Jay, I don't really want to do that. No. Whoa. All right, I can't wait to show you guys. We get some black spoons here. That's a nice part to have. Now I'll put the legs on. And that's essentially what this is. It's basically a maid, like a droid maid or a maid droid with a broom and a spoon. You get that black spoon. That'd be good for like maybe making some restaurant or household themes. But yeah, this one here, that wasn't too fun. And so day 6 will be the punishment, and this is what we have remaining. Okay, now we're moving on to day 7. Why can't we build a Christmas tree? Is this like an R2-D2? Looks like it, but it's a different color. Probably another make or model of it. Okay. He shouldn't be that hard to put together. I have plenty of these, but not with an R2-D2 pattern on them. Yeah. Make sure I put his head on right, or put the head on the chassis. I think that's it. Yep. Not too bad for day 7. Alright, let's see here. Day 8. And I'm almost out of memory card. Oh, it's another small one. Oh, goodness. I may have to switch memory cards out in the middle of this one here. Yeah, I'm not filling this one here, folks. You know, some have asked, why don't I ever ask for Star Wars sets? This is why I don't. Because it's not really a fun theme for me. And, it's like, yeah, I'll skip the Star Wars. Now, this came with the pack of the other sets. I'm just seeing what's all on here. I'm having a hard time following what we're doing here. Is this like some kind of a hat rack or something? Oh man, Lego, couldn't you could have just left this one and gave it to somebody who actually wanted to do the Star Wars. It gave me, I can't see all the parts here. I'm assuming this goes on the back like this. I'm not sure. It's got a bunch of antennas on it here, and if I hear the beeping noise, then yeah, I'll have to stop the card. You know what? Yeah, because I've only got 2 minutes left. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I had to swap memory cards. You probably don't even notice. Yeah. Jay, do you have to do this? I have to do it. It's here at the house. If they send it to me, I have to complete it. And I thought, well, we're getting, I mean, this hopefully is the last non-Christmas item that we're building here. I wonder how bad the Harry Potter one's going to be. The last Harry Potter one I did was kind of enjoyable, so I think that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you're stuck on this, if you have to get the 3D building guide and just deal with its quirks and stuff just to build this. But I'm just going to be honest. This one here, I could just hear, like I said, I could picture maybe Janet or somebody going, oh, I don't like this one. Yeah. We'll be here for about 2 hours putting this stuff together. And yeah, give me a good old-fashioned city. Well, the city one that we built was okay. I think the best one of these I put together so far. I would say the Friends followed by the Frozen. The city was more like a minifigure pack. And we have the, I think the Star Wars is probably going to be the worst in terms of just, the only thing that's holiday themed is the background. Okay, I don't know what this is, but it's done. I don't know, I mean, yeah, well, we survived through that one, and that was from day 8, and this is what we have remaining. Okay, now we got to move on to day 9. How bad is that one going to be? We don't know. Let's say this one's just average quality. Looks like we get a toy box with some stuff thrown in there. Alright, well, let's see here. Maybe it's just a random box of junk. That's exactly what it is. So you just set this stuff in here. I'm sure those parts will come in handy for a Star Wars enthusiast. And yeah, that's it for day 9. Alright, day 10 right up here. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, this one's got a lot more small parts. I mean, at least you're getting a lot of parts in here. A lot of parts that I can't use for anything. Like I said, Star Wars is way out of my comfort zone. So, if you're here to look for a professional product review, this one's not it. Looks like this might snap onto something too. Yeah, because they got these here. So that tells me it probably goes on to that over there. Looks like this brick goes up here. Let me put the 4 holders. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be honest though. I mean, like I said, I can't say my build experience is bad because when I sign up for the thing, I tell Lego not to send me Star Wars. Because I like watching the movies. I'll sit down and binge watch Star Wars a day or two. But as far as for actually buying the sets, I'm like, Lego says, okay, what sets do you want us to send, which sets you don't want us to send? And I'm like, they show that as a white wrench, but no, it's metallic. I say, don't send me Star Wars, don't send me Technic, don't send me superheroes or anything. Like, I want City, Friends, the very basic stuff, because that's stuff I'm interested in. And, yeah, well, we get a golden crowbar and a hammer here. Alright. I'm sure those tools will come in handy. It's a nice little tool rack there. Not too bad, not too bad at all. We'll set that over there. And no pieces remaining for day 10. Alright, day 11. We're not even halfway done yet. I've already burned through a memory card. Alright, some red thing. Yeah. And you always got one thing on your plate you don't like, and this is one of them here. I have to bring these up more because they're using... Something just fell on the floor, I thought. I just want to get this one. And I knew I was going to have to do Star Wars, but... looks like we... How does that go together? Okay, I see what we're doing. Okay. You sound bored, Jay. Yeah, I'm bored. I mean, this is the whole point about doing these type of videos is, is it keeping my interest? And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty blunt on a lot of things. No, this one's not keeping my interest. But at least I'm not lying to you. And go, hey guys, yeah, today I'm going to be building something very awesome. And in the back of my mind going, oh no, it's not that awesome. But I mean, at least I'm bluntly telling you. So if you're not interested in Star Wars, yeah, this is probably one that I would steer away from. Oh yeah, if you're looking for romper room style videos, I don't do those. You also keep your spare pieces to this too. And that's what we have there. I'm not sure what he is or what his role in the... Just another droid. That's what we have remaining. Okay, now we're looking for day 12. We're just about halfway done here with this. We got to find it first. Right there. It's just one item. Okay. I guess they said, okay, Jay, you need to cool down a little bit. If you're on day 12, yeah, you get some little robot thing here. Yeah, I know. Phew, okay. Day 13, we're halfway done with this, and 13 is right here. Okay, it looks like we're building another robot thing. Yeah, it's a lot of very muted, subtle colors, so it's not like we're building a bright, colorful build. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this one today. I'm in a good mood today, it's just... And for those out there who expect, I can't like every set that LEGO sends me. And this is one of them here. I just can't get into Star Wars. So I'm giving it a shot, though. And the thing about doing this style review is also some people get these as gifts. I'm like, Jay, I'm not interested. Just build it anyways to show the person you care. Let's see here. I'm sure we're bringing this thing up a lot here because I'm seeing if I'm building it right. Okay. Now this one here, after I'm done, will go directly to parts bin. I've had some that said, Jay, what do you do with all this stuff when you're done? It depends. Some I have it on display. Some of it I just, put it away for a different time, and some has fallen into the parts bin. This will be a direct to parts bin, as I'm not interested in this theme at all. Remember the little handguns I used to use, these little nozzles for my bathroom? So I got some more. I got probably about a couple hundred of those now, but yeah. It's getting kind of toasty in here. It's in the 80s outside right now, but next week we're going to be hitting in the hundreds again, so we're getting into that roller coaster weather. Okay, it looks like it's just some kind of ATV thing. It's kind of boxy. I may burn up the whole memory card. This might be a 2-hour build because a lot of these, some bags only have one item, and some of these have about 15, 20 pieces. These would just been a good little poly bag by themselves. And I don't see, but it gave me 2 extra of these little studs. Well, it's always good to have extra pieces, but that's it. I gotta cut my hand so we can keep the autofocus at bay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And this side, here's what we have remaining for day 13. Okay, let's see how bad day 14 is. I mean, how good it is. I'm sorry. Gotta butter these up. Oh, it's something with Technic bricks. I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe we're building bits and pieces to a droid or something. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. But I'm also looking and seeing what kind of unique pieces we have. So if you're into Star Wars, like I had said, though, this would be a really good, this would be a good gold mine. But if you're like me and you're into city, yeah, this one here is not quite what I thought it would be here. There goes the phone. I'm not getting up. We got some bushings. Where did those bushings go? Right here. What the heck is this? If I can get that on there. Come on, get in! Oh, I can't even get that in there. I hate Technic with a passion. I can't even... Okay, let's take that apart. Let me take that off here. It'd be easier if I stuck it in here like this. Okay, that's much better. If you can't get in, you got to force it in. I'm not sure what this is. You know what? I bet it's probably a shower. Shower off C-3PO when he gets dirty. I mean... Yeah, I don't know. It's like somebody was scraping at the bottom of the barrel with ideas here. That's what we have remaining. Okay, now we are on day 15. That's if I can find it. I gotta pull these up because the background on some of this... Oh, there it is right there. Oh. It's obviously not Chewbacca. Maybe it's an Ewok. I'll have to get a bunch. You buy 100 of these calendars and make an Ewok village. Wow, this is actually the first sign of Christmas here. Oh my goodness. No, maybe it's not an Ewok. It's one of those things that go... I think. I don't know his name, but he's actually got a holiday-themed torso. It took us this long to get to something Christmassy. If I had a couple more of these guys, it'd be kind of cool. We'll have to make that a cantina and throw them in there. That's it for day 15 with no pieces remaining. Okay, now we're looking for 16, and we saw that right down there. We're getting close to the end, folks. We're getting there. I got a bunch of other things I want to work on today. You guessed it, more small parts. Yeah, I'm not having fun with this one today. Jay, nothing will ever satisfy you. Well, if it's not Star Wars, we should be fine. Alright. You know what? I'm dropping a bunch of stuff all over here. And I think what makes these not really fun is just... It's not really a Christmas-themed build. I think what it is, though, is just you spend... the 24 days just to build little bits and pieces of a Star Wars accessory pack. And unless you're really interested in this, like I had mentioned, just do what I'm doing. Just bite your tongue and do it. You know, we always have a saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you, so I won't bite the hand that feeds me. It's just, this is not one of them here. Alright. Why couldn't we get like Padme and Luke and Leia Skywalker Nobody cares about Anakin. He turned to the dark side. That's all I know. Why can't we have Padme and stuff? No, well, we can't because she died quickly after her kids were born. So you can't. Oh, jeez, I'm tired of the small parts Lego. This set is getting on my nerves. Okay, yeah, why couldn't we do something like that? Like where Padme had an alternate life and she's spending time with the kids. Okay, what do we do now with this? Okay, I see what we're doing here. Padme. That's what we need, is a Padme. I think I may have a Padme figure. I don't know. Or maybe Darth Vader didn't turn to the dark side for one day and he's spending time with Padme and her children, like an alternate reality. That would be a really cool idea. But that's not how the story goes. I'm wondering what we're going to get for the 24th. Probably something extra boring. Oh, Jay, you're complaining. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just bored. This one here is not fun at all. I'm not having fun with this one here. And the binoculars go on the top here. This one here has a whole bunch of spare parts, but I don't see where they go. Unless the stud flower goes on the back of one of these, but I don't see it anywhere. I got an extra stud flower. No, yeah, I do. Let me go get that. Yeah, this is kind of a drag. I thought at least I'd be having fun. I put off 2 tutorials for this thing today. I could be building a tutorial. No. Okay, I thought these would bend. No, they don't bend. But what the heck is this, okay? Like, what does this do? If somebody can help me out, the name of these things would be kind of cool. I mean, it's something, unless that's where R2-D2's underwater and you see just this sticking out. Hard to say what that is. Some kind of thing with headlights. It's not a Wally, obviously. And this is what we have remaining there. Yeah. Okay, let's see how bad 17 is today. Let's see if we can find it here. Like I said, sometimes I gotta put off the fun builds for these, and we got a Clone Wars guy. The clone guys. Hey, at least I'm going with it on this one here. Let's see how this goes together. Okay. Now the question is, though, because I know some people take this stuff seriously. How many people am I going to block on this video? Because it is a theme that people really want to looking after. I always block people on themed sets. Not like your generic Friends or whatever. You know, nobody cares about the friend stalls. Okay, it goes on the bottom one. Yeah, it feels like I'm going to be honest, it feels like I'm just building a parts pack here. And I don't feel entertained with this. It's kind of like, you know, the build quality on this set I'm going to say is average. It's falling apart. And it's just not... Did I put the hand on the wrong way? I bet I did. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. I'm just got to make a couple thousand of those and take over the... I don't know what that planet's name was. Alderaan or something? Hard to say, but there we go. And this is what we have remaining. Okay, now we're moving on to day 18, and honestly, it feels like I've been here for 3 hours, building nothing but just accessories. It looks like this is more like a paint shop here. Let's see, it looks like another toolbox or something. I do have a very big set coming up. I can talk about it now, which is a very big Christmas tree Lego sent me. It's that family one where the family all can pitch in. It comes with the fancy box. And yeah, we're going to get to that one. I'm seriously getting to that one. I just need to... one of you asked, am I getting that or the train? I'm not getting the train. But what I've heard is the train does not come with the power functions, and a lot of people were disappointed with it. The ambassadors who received the train, well, because they can't buy the power functions. It just so happens that I have the power functions for that train. I don't have the train, but I do have power functions for it. So, you know, if I would have got the train, I mean, I've already had a train this year, so I don't want another train. The holiday train looks interesting. Some said it was pretty short. But for me, I'm happy with the Christmas tree. It's bigger, and which I always get the bigger sets for some reason now. Maybe Lego got whiff of this channel and they're sending me all the big stuff. But the train, you know, I'm not much of a train guy, but it's probably the only Lego creation, okay, that you can put in your builds that is motorized. Okay, so we got an extra head here, and you put that in there like that. So it's just another little, like maybe these could be paint jars. I don't know what you'd paint with them, and some boxes of more stuff. Yeah, and this is what we have remaining here for, what day is it, 18? Okay, now we're moving on to 19. Alright, well, we got this row's almost done here. Well, there it is, right there. Something else that looks like a candy cane. Well, maybe not. What am I saying? This is Star Wars. We're not supposed to think about Christmas. We got to think about war stuff in the stars, in space. Alright. How does that go together now? Oh. Alright. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what this is, but we're going to put it together. Oh, yeah, this is like a punishment set here. Like, oh no, today's a new day. What other thing do I have to put together on this one? I hope the Harry Potter one is really fun. Wingardium Leviosa. What was that other one? Reprendo. All that stuff. I'm not a Harry Potter buff by any means, but I got to put something in between that. But at least I can come out with some commentary. I know I read one of your comments, you like the Friends commentary. The Friends dolls are always having fun, but we got to have the Star Wars stuff first. That's why I always look forward when Lego sends me Friends sets. I'm like, okay, how many girl dolls are? What's the ratio between girl dolls and boy dolls? You know. I mean, I can't help but have fun with those. Okay. There we go. It's not a candy cane. It's got candy cane colors. Maybe it's some peppermint thing that delivers peppermint, but it's missing something on top. Maybe that's just how it is. I don't know, but that'll sit over there, and this is what we have remaining. Okay, now we're looking for day 20. And there it is right down there, next to the 24th. We're getting there, folks. Okay. Some kind of droid leader? I don't know. Alright. How much time we burned up on this? Man, this is going to be about an hour-and-a-half video, so I'm not splitting this one down. This one is going to be... Okay, first off, we got to make sure we're putting the feet on right, because I don't want somebody complaining about it. Jay, I wouldn't complain. I know you wouldn't. Somebody will. Alright. Let's see here. Do I have any more interesting stories to tell? Not really. Does the arms face outwards or inwards? They face inwards. And which side does they go on? Okay, the short side goes on top. So I got it right, I think. Kind of a, looks like Alien from the movie Alien, but that doesn't look too exciting. It doesn't look Christmassy, does it? No, not really. And that was day 20. Alright, now we're doing 21. It may take me up till Christmas to get this. Oh, yuck, it's got a lot more little parts. Lego, what are we building with this? Why couldn't you put, like, minifigures throughout this whole thing? There's only just C-3PO and a bunch of other random... You know, the sad thing is I got to set it up and I got to do a tour of it and a review. I'm not even close to being done yet. This is one here that I kind of wish would go away somehow. Jay, you can survive. Yeah, I'm gonna survive, or I'm gonna go through this one here. I am so sick of small parts. But don't worry, we're gonna get to the fun stuff. Oh. So let's set that base off to the side here. Now I can always use parabola rings, so I can use those for making my spruce trees. Well, we got some Ewoks, we're ready to go. I wish Lego would let me pick which sets that I wanted out of these lots, because I would have told them not to send me the Star Wars at all. Be like, Lego, please don't. Just don't. Save it for a Star Wars fan who actually wants this. Oh, I can't even get these on here, really. All right, let me see here. This goes in. Let me see if I can feed it through here. All right. Might be a little easier doing it like, oh, come on. Just stop falling apart, please. I just want to get this miserable thing done. Oh, man, Jay, you're complaining a lot. No, I'm not complaining. I'm trying to keep my sanity here. Oh, why couldn't these be metallic? I could use those. No, the Star Wars sets don't have any of that. You want the cool parts, folks, you go to the Friends sets. They have tons of those. Weird oddball colored parts. Okay, it's only got three clips. And for those who know me very well, you know I want to say some bad words today. I really do want to say something really bad. And it would be very adult language. This is not by all means the worst set. If I had to pick an interest, this and that element set would have been probably the, have to be a tie. And then we got another stud that goes on the top here. And then the dish. Yuck. And I think these just fold down. So just using this as a stand here. Alright. I don't know what that is, to be honest. It's not, doesn't look friendly, obviously. I don't know what his role is, but he's done, and yeah, that concludes whatever day it is. They're so long. That's day 21 right there. All right, 22. There. Hey, wait a minute. We got something that looks like it's got green in it. Maybe it's a Christmas tree. Doesn't look like one, but we'll find out. It'd be nice to see something with other... We've only seen one item in here that's somewhat related. It doesn't look like a Christmas tree. But I have been looking for this piece in that color. That could mean I could finish up a tutorial finally. And yeah, Jay, are you really going to part that out? You betcha I am! I'm not going to keep this one. Jay, but no. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to rip this thing apart. But don't, Jay. Yeah, I have to. I'm sorry. How do we attach those on there? Huh? Oh, I see. Alright, so we're going to have to make several of these here. So it could be a Christmas tree with arms sticking out of it that I put on backwards. Boy, this is really going to be a long one today. I'm going to have to edit this one too. And if I had a GoPro... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? While I'm here, I just remembered everyone. I've been ranting for so long. I want to thank everyone on my main channel for putting up with my nonsense. But no, thank you for being contributors. It's always a big help, because that will help me from doing sets like this in the future. It really will. I want to thank my Patreon subscribers as well as my Rebrickable customers. And thank you for purchasing the building guides. I got to get on to writing up some more, because I got a bunch of ideas that need to be backed up and preserved. And in addition to that, thank you to anybody who's put up with my nonsense on this channel. And if you like this style of video where everything's laid back, raw, uncut, unfiltered, uncensored, feel free to subscribe. It's free. It's not like I'm charging for it. Maybe I should. And yeah, but I always appreciate that. That always helps to fund bigger projects. And I think we're overdue for a big one now. That's what we have remaining, and this is what we have here. I don't think this is a Christmas tree. It's something, but at least it somewhat has some Christmas colors into it. Not too bad. Alright, now day 23. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see how bad this one... Oh, it's more stuff. More tools. Cool. I'm having fun. What a blast. Yippee. Okay. Now, for those who've asked for Star Wars, now you see why I don't do them. Yeah, but anyways, though, I got a bunch of tutorials I'd like to get on, and it's hard when you are, like I said, that's what the donations are for, so I can scrounge some time away from work, and in addition, do something that's of my creation, and then I can share it to you freely instead of putting it behind a paywall. The more contributors, I'd like to make this like a PBS channel where I can just do that, and it's just funded by viewers like you. Okay, where does the shovel go? The shovel goes on the side, so you get a flathead shovel to pick up the dog poop. Well, it's probably not any dog. Droid droppings. And then you have one of these of each color. You can shove them in there. But that's essentially what you do for day 23. I can't wait to see what day 24 has to offer. Maybe we get a Darth Vader. He'd be kind of cool, dressed up in a Santa Claus suit. That's what we have there, and that's what we have remaining here for day 23. Okay, day 24. Let's see here. This will make it or break it. Looks like we get to make a snowman or something. A snowman and a tree. Well, at least Lego at least they saved the Christmas stuff for the very last. That would have been nice if we had the snowman sometime in the middle of the build. Except the snowman's got printings on it here. We'll take a closer look at him after I get done building. Or snow droid with the top hat. Make sure I'm putting that on there right. Okay, and then the tree is very simple. Alright, it's hot in here right now. It really is. It's hot, miserable, and I'm not even done with this set. Hot and miserable and not done. That's not a good combination here. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these here together. So at least now we have a Charlie Brown tree and the droid here. Okay. I mean, it's not too bad. At least it's on the end of the year. So at least this one here kind of, that's it. There's only a handful of Christmas items in here. And this is what we have remaining for day 24. So now we are done with that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is start setting things up. And except for this being all cut up and stuff, it's not too appealing. Basically, it's like having Christmas inside the workshop. And, you know, I mean, I understand they got to keep it Star Wars themed, but now we're going to have to do the daunting task of setting all this up here. We got the snowman droid thing. At least we got him. We'll set him right there. It looks more like an oversized table lamp than anything else. And we'll have C-3PO. We'll have him sit there. And we'll put R2-D2 there too. Okay, get them right there, ready to go. Now, like I said, if this was a pure Star Wars minifigure pack, I think this would have made this set. Now, I remembered some of these things can get snapped together. So let's start making a mess here, huh? Yeah, it might take me an hour to set this up. I have a feeling this is going to be about an hour and a half, 2-hour video. I was trying to keep things, you know, on the shorter side, but when you have these very lengthy sets, this one's kind of backwards. Huh. You think it would have gone like that, but no. Obviously that's the end one. Maybe there's another piece to it. We'll put this right here. But I want to hide that big awesome Christmas tree. And look at this stuff here, I'm just going to shove in the back. Now, something like this, do I really care? No. Well, we got three. So far we only got 3 figures in here that I would count as, you know, usable figures. Like these, I don't know. We can just have him sitting down. No, we'll just have him stand. Looks like that guy from Alien. That alien guy that shoots that thing out of his mouth, those steel-looking teeth. What was her name? Ridley or something? I can't remember her name. That she was trying to. She was trying to beat the aliens. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Talking about the original from I think from the late 70s. We'll put the less desirable stuff here. Now when I do the tour, I'm just going to walk through this one real quick. You know what? I can put these two and marry these together here. No, I cannot marry them. Lego, did we do something backwards here? Because this would connect to this, but this is supposed to go like that, but yeah. Jay, you look like you're bored. Bored doesn't even describe how I'm feeling right now. Let's just put it that way. We have the Barker Lounger. Put that there. Notice I'm just kind of randomly throwing things, and we're just going to put the hat rack right here. And I feel like I'm going to cry right now because I'm doing this. Jay, can you suffer? Yeah, I'm gonna. Maybe this is a punishment. Maybe it's all those bad reviews. So they thought, well, we're gonna send you a Star Wars set and make you suffer through it. It's obviously not a Baby Yoda. I think we are done there. And let me get everything situated here. Let me see if I can move this without it. Well, I kind of figured these would fall over like dominoes. I'm trying to get everything centered here. I may have to move it again, but I gotta move these out of the way. I need to bring a rake in here, like a garden rake. I'm talking about 24 bags on the floor that I could slip on, and I'm barefoot. I don't ever wear shoes doing this. And what I'm going to do here, it's got a better angle like this. So let's just do that, and bam. That right there will be our review. And I'll move this back here. Yeah, things are falling over. And I mean, honestly, build quality I'd say is average. My build experience was lacking. I put his legs on backwards. Let's swap those out. Or somebody, oh yeah, somebody will take that seriously and they'll be like, watch the end of the video. I've done that lately. It makes them feel so bad. I'm like, hell yeah, that's how it is. So I always tell people, watch till the very end, because we'll put him here. He's standing guard. Anything else it's gonna... I will have to do a thumbnail here before I really mess with this. And yeah, I think what I'll do first is film the review, do thumbnail, and do that. I think that's good enough. And honestly though, if you're not interested in Star Wars, this is probably one I'd stay away from. I didn't really have too much fun building this one here. I'd say this is probably the least of my favorite ones. But if you're interested, it's not too bad. But I think that's it for the setup. And I think now I can focus on doing the review, and then we'll do the thumbnail. Then I can get this one behind me. Then I can get back to the more important things, which is tutorials and stuff. I have to do one for this week and for my YouTube members. Let's just see here. Yeah, I think we're good here. I think we're going to stick with this. Here we got our figures. I know he's C-3PO, and I think that this is R2-D2, but I remember the bottom portion being a different color. Maybe he's dressed up for Christmas. And then we have this one guy here. I forgot his name, and yeah, I don't know all the characters in Star Wars, but they do have a nice set of print work for their torsos. And yeah, not too bad. I think he's just plain in the back. And we got plenty of other droids and robots and tools and all sorts of stuff here. I think this is supposed to represent a snowman. I mean, it kind of looks like one. But honestly, this didn't have a whole lot of holiday cheer to it. We got a little small Christmas tree. At least we have that in there. And just to be quite honest with you, I'm not into Star Wars. That's probably why I don't get Star Wars sets. I think that's some kind of a chair to sit in. I'm not sure what that is. But you do have a lot of various accessories that could be used for other Star Wars creations. So I don't know the names of all this stuff, so I don't want to embarrass myself trying to guess what it is. I think this is some sort of shower or something. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a thing with a suction cup that picks up all the bad droids and throws them into the shredder to make good droids. We don't know what that is. But the mat that comes with this is really cool looking. It's got the holiday colors, but that's the only thing that has really a hint of Christmas. And of course this back here doesn't look too appealing with all these holes in there. But I wasn't feeling this one at all. It does have some nice builds though. But what are my opinions? Here they are. Starting my review with build experience, and honestly I was not having too much fun building this set. I think this doesn't really have that much to do with Christmas. Yes, we get to make a little tree, and he's got a little holiday torso, but that's about it, in addition to the little snowman droid. But I wasn't feeling this one. I was honestly getting bored towards the end, and in addition there's lots of small pieces, tons of small pieces. Some of these days they had one item that you would just unpack, and some had probably about 15-20 pieces, just little stuff. And the color palette was also lacking in this set. Now the backdrop that they used in here made the set look fun and colorful, but building the models, I just wasn't feeling this one. Build quality is also average. Some of these models will fall apart. They're not durable at all. I just had some of the pieces. I'm trying to find that one that the parts would fall off. It was one of these droids. It was this guy right here. These would just kept falling off when I was building it, so I was getting frustrated now. So if you're not into the small pieces, like I said, your build experience is not going to be too fun. It does have some play value. You could use these pieces here to create other Star Wars themes. You could decorate a Star Wars theme if you have one that's already existing. You could even possibly use these in a Lego city. Also, you do get a nice selection of pieces to use for other smaller builds. You really can't build a whole entire city or town with this, but there is some parts in there to help you with the accessory parts, like you got the tools and stuff. So it's got some valuable parts. And in addition to the figures here, you do have at least some stuff that you could use. But honestly, for $44.99, this one wasn't too exciting. Now, I'm sure for a Star Wars enthusiast, this is going to be a gold mine. And I have to give this set here an 8 out of 10. Just basically due to some of these models being fragile. There was a lack of a brick separator, although I didn't really need it. And this right here gets spoiled with all the holes in the backdrop. So it's just kind of just more of an accessory pack that I wasn't too thrilled with. This model here just did not grab my attention. I just thought, oh, I was expecting more Christmas themed related builds. Maybe Darth Vader in a Santa suit. That'd have been cool. Or maybe a Padme minifigure or something. I don't know, but this one here was just lacking a lot of stuff. But tell me what you think of this set. To me, this one just didn't cut it. I'm just not into Star Wars all that much.